Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. So this is the Telangana SET exam 2022 question paper. And I hope this is useful for various competitive exams like CSR NET, GATE, GSI, ONGC, Civil Services exam and so on. Welcome to SET 3. First question. Which of the following features of the Indian summer monsoon circulation is false? A. The Somali jet is centered at a height of 1.5 km. B. The tropical easterly jet originates from the Mascarene High. C. The subtropical westerly jet in climatology is located at 25 degree north. And D. The tropical easterly jet is normally located between 12 degrees north and 15 degrees north over India. So we have to identify the false statement. So here the false statement is B. The tropical easterly jet originates from the Mascarene High is wrong. Whereas suppose if you take the A, the Somali jet is centered at a height of 1.5 kilometers is correct. And C, the subtropical westerly jet it is located at 25 degrees north, it is correct. And D, the tropical easterly jet is normally located between 12 degrees north and 50 degrees north over the India. This is also correct. So generally the tropical easterly jet stream, it occurs near the tropopause over Southeast Asia, India and Africa during summer season. So that's why B is the false statement. Next question. Identify the correct statement about the cyclones. Choices are A. High speed winds circulate around a high pressure region. B. The coastline of India is not vulnerable to cyclones. C. The wind direction is clockwise in southern hemisphere and anti-clockwise in northern hemisphere. D. The wind direction is clockwise in both hemispheres. So the correct answer is C, that is the wind direction is clockwise in southern hemisphere and anti-clockwise in northern hemisphere. In southern hemisphere, cyclone it rotates in a clockwise direction between the winds, and because these winds are deflected towards the left by the Coriolis force. So here the correct statement is C, that is the wind direction is clockwise in southern hemisphere and anti-clockwise in northern hemisphere. Next question. Which of the following is true regarding types of data used in GPS? A. Interval data and ratio data measures quantity, hence are quantitative data. B. In ratio data, numbers can be compared as multiples of one another. C. Interval data is measured along a scale in which each position is equidistant from one another. And D. All of the above. So the correct answer is all of the above. Like the interval data and ratio data, it measures the quantity. That's why they are known as the quantitative data. And this is correct. And B, in ratio data, the numbers can be compared as multiples of one another. This is also true. And C, the interval data is measured along a scale in which each position is equidistant from one another. So this is also correct. So all of the above is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. Next question. The system that uses the sun as a source of electromagnetic energy and records the naturally radiated and reflected energy from the object is called A. Geographical information system. B. Global positioning system. C. Passive remote sensing. D. Active remote sensing. So the correct answer is passive remote sensing. Passive remote sensing basically is the study of the interaction between the light source and the earth surface features, in which every feature it has an unique spectral response. So C is the correct answer. Next question. What are the numbers of orbital planes and satellites in one orbit for a GPS respectively? A. 6 and 4. B. 24 and 6. C. 3 and 4. D. 4 and 28. So the correct answer is 6 and 4. A. So number of orbital planes and the satellites in one orbit for a GPS. So these are the GPS constellation consists of 24 satellites in 6 orbital planes with 4 satellites in each plane. So that's why 6 and 4 is the correct answer. Next question. Which among the following statement is correct with respect to the savanna climate? 1. Savanna climate has alternate wet and dry seasons. 2. It is known for commercial grain farming. 3. Bushman tribes who inhabit the savanna region are pastoralists. So among the following, we had to choose the correct answer, like A. 1 only, B. 2 and 3 only, C. 1 and 3 only, and D. 1, 2 and 3. So here the correct answer is A. 1 and only, because savanna climate, it has alternate wet and dry seasons. Yes, and this is known for commercial farming, commercial grain farming. It is not correct. Actually, the temperate grasslands are known for commercial grain farming. So that's why only one is the correct answer. Like savanna climate, it has alternate wet and dry seasons. Next question. Which of the following are sequentially arranged? A. Stratosphere, stratopause, troposphere. B. Stratopause, mesosphere, mesopause. C. Mesosphere, mesopause, thermosphere. D. So out of these three, we have to choose A, only A, B, only A and B, C, only B and C, and D, A, B and C. So the correct answer is only B and C. This is the correct sequence, like after the stratopause, mesosphere, and after the mesosphere, mesopause, and after the coming to the C, after the mesosphere, that means mesopause, and after the mesopause, thermosphere is there. So that's why only B and C are sequentially arranged. Next question. Tropical cyclones, they form mostly on the western margins of the oceans and do not form in the eastern tropical oceans. So what is the reason? Choices are A. The cold currents lower the surface temperatures of the eastern parts of the tropical oceans. B. Coriolis force is too weak on eastern tropical oceans. C. Absence of oceanic current in eastern tropical oceans. D. Intertropical convergence zone. It seldom occurs near the eastern tropical oceans. So what is the reason for the this is the A. So the correct answer is the cold currents, they lower the surface temperature of the eastern parts of the tropical oceans. So western tropical oceans, because of the warm ocean currents, these are also known as the easterly trade winds, they pushes the ocean waters towards the west. So that's why they flow from the east towards the west, forming a thick layer of the water with a temperature generally greater than 27 degrees centigrade. So this supplies enough moisture to the storm. So that's why the cold currents lower the surface temperatures of the eastern parts of the tropical oceans. Next question. Which atmospheric layer contains ions and helps in wireless communication? Choices are A. Mesosphere, B. Thermosphere, C. Troposphere, and D. Stratosphere. So the correct answer is B. Thermosphere. Actually, in the thermosphere, the temperature rises rapidly with increasing height. So ionosphere is a part of this thermosphere, and this helps in radio communication, and in fact the radio waves are transmitted from the earth and are reflected back to the earth by this layer. So that's why B. Thermosphere is the correct answer. Next question. Great Bears is the name of A. Galaxy, B. Moon, C. Constellation, D. Star. So the correct answer is C. Constellation. So Great Bear constellation, this is also known as a Ursa Major. It is always above the horizon in the northern latitudes, but the best time to see it is in the spring when it is high above the northeastern horizon. So Ursa Major is best known as the home of Big Dipper. So here it is known as the constellation. C is the correct answer. Next question. The occurrence of season on the earth is due to the fact that A. The earth's axis is tilted. B. The rotation rate of the earth changes during the year. C. The earth's axis points in different directions during the year. D. The earth is closer to the sun during summers. So the correct reason is the occurrence of the season on the earth is due to the fact that the earth is tilted. As the earth spins on its axis, it produces day and night, and it also moves about the sun in an elliptical orbit. So that requires about 365 and 1 by 4 days to complete the cycle. So the earth's spin axis is tilted with respect to its orbital plane. That's why it causes the seasons. Next question. What is the name given to 180-degree longitude due to the spherical shape of the earth? A. Greenwich line, B. Equator, C. International date line, C. D. Capricorn line. So the correct answer is C. International date line. So actually this 180-degree longitude is also known as the international date line. So it's also called as an anti-meridian, and it separates the two time zones of the earth. And this international date line, it serves as the line of demarcation between two consecutive calendar dates. So C is the correct answer. Next question. Match the following soil types which are in the list 1 with the characteristics which are in the list 2. All these are the questions from Telangana SET exam 2022. So here the two lists are given. List 1 soil type and list 2 characteristic features. Number 1 aride soils. Number 2 ulty soils. Number 3 jelly soils. Number 4 molly soils. Here the characteristic features for aride soils, it is given as a dry soil, and for ulty soils, the soils in the areas of permafrost. In jelly soils is again as a C, that is soils that have had the last of their nutrient and they have leached out. And for molly soils, is soft soils. We had to match the soil type with the characteristic. How many types of the pairs given above are correctly matched? So out of these 4 soils, how many are correct? How many pairs are correct? Choices are A1, B2, C3, D4. So correct answer is only two types of pairs are correct. So why? Because here arid soils are nothing but they are in Latin term, these are also known as a dry. So that means these are the soils which are formed in arid regions. Suppose if we take the ulti soils, these are also known as a red clayey soil. So in Latin, ulti soil is nothing but the last soil. So these are strongly leached soils with low fertility. And coming to the molly soils, these are soils of the grassland ecosystem, and these are rich in organic matter, and these are very smooth. And jelly soils, these are soils of the very cold climate, or we can say that these are soils in the areas of the permafrost. So how many types are pairs are correct in this or correctly matched means arid soils, dry soil, it is correct. And woolty soil, these are the soils in permafrost, is not correct. And actually these woolty soils are nothing but the soils that have leached. So 2C, it matches C. And jelly soils, these are the soils of very cold climate. So that's why these are the soils of permafrost. And molly soils, these are very soft soils. So only 2 are correct, that is aridi soils, dry soil, and molly soils, soft soils. So that's why B2 is the correct answer. Next question. The dash in India are generally known as tidal forests. So which of the forests are known as tidal forests? The choices are A, desert forest, B, mountain forest, C, dry lands, D, wetlands. Correct answer is D, wetlands. So why wetlands? Because tidal forests are also known as mangrove forests. These are also known as wetlands. And tidal forests are they are known by the other name, like so these wetlands are also named by the tidal forest, coastal woodlands, and they are also known as a walking forest in the sea. So that's why wetlands in India are generally known as tidal forests. D is the correct answer. Next question. What is the main difference between a dam and a weir? So choices are A, height and duration of storage, B, capacity of water, C, material used for construction, D, location of the structure. So the main difference between a dam and a weir is the height and duration of the storage. So the height and duration of the storage is an important characteristic feature between a dam and a weir, because here the water is raised up to a required height and the water can then flows over the weir. In a weir, the water overflows the weir, but in the case of a dam, the water overflows through a special place or a conduit. It is known as a spillway. So that's why height and duration are the different characteristic features between a dam and a weir. Next question. Arrange the following electromagnetic methods in the decreasing order of the depth of the investigation. So here PQRS are given, like P, time domain electromagnetic method, Q, magnetotelluric method, or VLF method, and yes, ground penetrating radar method. So here all these 4 methods are given. So we have to arrange the following the electromagnetic methods in the decreasing order of the depth of investigation. So the choices given are A, P is greater than Q, Q is greater than S, S is greater than R, B, S is greater than Q, Q is greater than P, P is greater than R, and in C, Q is greater than P, P is greater than R, and R is greater than S, and in D, Q is greater than R is greater than P, and P is greater than S. So we have to arrange the order in the decreasing order of the depth of investigation. Here in the case of by observing all this, C is the correct answer, because so here in this time magnetotelluric method. So this magnetotelluric method, it extends up to a depth of 100 kilometers or more. So this is as large as 100 kilometers or more. So that's why it travels greater depth. So that is magnetotelluric method. And the next is time domain method. Time domain method, it travels up to in this method the depth of investigation is up to 30 feet to 3000 feet. Whereas in the case of VLF method, the depth of investigation is of around 4 to 5 meters in constructive soils, and it may ranges to 4 to 60 in highly resistive soils. And in ground penetrating radar method, so the depth of investigation, it may vary only from 1 to 10 meters. So that's why according to the decreasing order of the depth, that means which one is the deeper depth is the recognized as the first. So that means Q, that is magnetotelluric method, is greater than that means it has more depth of investigation than time domain method, which has more depth than the ULF method, and the ULF method is more greater than the ground penetrating radar method. So that's why Q is greater than P, P is greater than R is greater than S is the correct answer. Next question. Match the following in group 1 with those of the group 2. So there are two groups are given, like group 1 and group 2. In group 1, P, Q, or S are given, like electric method, magnetic method, gravity method, and seismic method. In group 2, density, velocity, resistivity, susceptibility, and dielectric permittivity are given. So we have to match from the group 1 to group 2. So A choices are A, P3, Q2, RS, R5, S1, and B, P3, Q4, R1, S2, and C, P3, Q4, R2, S1, and D, P5, Q4, R3, S2. So here by matching this the method with group 1 and group 2, so B is the correct answer. So means here P is nothing but the electric method. So electrical method deals with the resistivity, and magnetic method deals with the susceptibility, and gravity method it deals with the density, and seismic method deals with the velocity. So that's why P3 electrical method is the resistivity, and Q is linked, magnetic method is linked to susceptibility, and gravity method is linked to density, and seismic method is linked to velocity. So B is the correct answer. Next question. Match the mineral deposits which are listed in group 1 with the most appropriate geophysical exploration methods. So in group 2. So that means in the group 1 mineral deposits are there, and in group 2 the appropriate geophysical exploration method is given. So here in group 1 P, Q, R, and S are given. In group 1 that is P mineralized conductive veins, in Q disseminated sulfides, and R as massive barytes, and S kimberlite pipes. In group 2, 1 gravity, 2 magnetic, 3 induced polarization, and 4 resistivity profiling, and 5 low frequency magnetotellurics. So from this we had to choose the choices are A, P4, Q3, R1, S5, B, P2, Q1, R4, S5, and C, P5, Q1, R4, S3, and D, P4, Q3, R1, and S2. So by observing this, the correct answer is D. So because mineralized conductive veins, they can be determined by resistivity profiling. Whereas disseminated sulfides, they can be determined by induced polarization, and massive barytes, so they are very massive, so that's why high specific gravity. So massive barytes, they can be determined by gravity method, and kimberlite pipes are generally determined by magnetic method. So that's why D is the correct answer. Next question. As compared to large earthquakes, small earthquakes are A, more frequent and caused by short fault slip and long rupture length, and B, more frequent and caused by long fault slip and short rupture length. C, less frequent and caused by short fault slip and short rupture length. D, more frequent and caused by short fault slip and short rupture length. So the correct answer is as compared to the large earthquakes, small earthquakes are more frequent, and these are caused by short fault slip, and these are of short rupture lengths. So D is the correct. Next question. Match the type of well logs listed in group 1 with the characteristics of measurement listed in group 2. So in group 1, the various well logs are given, like dip meter, neutron, SP logging, sonic logging, and in group 2, hydrogen concentration in the pores, velocity of compressional waves, correlation of resistivity changes, natural radioactivity, and natural electric potential. So the choices given are A, P3, Q1, R5, S2, B, P4, Q1, R5, S3, C, P3, Q4, R5, S2, and D, P3, Q1, R4, S2. So here after observing this, the correct answer is A, P3, Q1, R5, S2. So here the dip meter, it is used for the correlation of the resistivity changes, and the hydrogen concentration in the pores is determined by neutron logging, and SP logging, this is used for natural electric potential is used for measuring, and the sonic logging, this is for the velocity of the compressional waves. So that's why A is the correct answer. Hope you have learned some questions and some narrative explanation from this question paper. See you in the next video. Your suggestions are most welcome. Thank you.